What is up, Gemini? How are you guys doing? Let's go ahead and knock out your extended reading for September 2024. So, if you would like a personal reading, all the information on how to go about doing that is down there in the description of this video. And let's just jump right into this. I want to start these extended readings off with general messages. So basically what I'm doing is just doing one last swoop across the table to see if I left any crumbs on the table. Because what's coming up next is the mid-month messages, and that's where I check to see if there was a change of timelines. So, all right, general messages. Whoa, way too many of them jumped out there. General messages for Gemini. General, career, finance, friends, family, anything but romance. Five of Swords reversed. Hang on. You might have somebody jealous of you. Yeah, hang on. Hody-do, yo, hody-do. Boom, boom. Yeah, I'm kind of feeling like there's somebody around you that's jealous of you. The only thing I'm having a hard time figuring out is who. Friend, family, coworker. Honestly, if I had to guess, it kind of feels like probably a coworker. But like I always say, whoever the first person is that comes to your mind when I say that. I have a feeling that the majority of you probably already suspect that there's somebody jealous of you. For what reason, I don't know. Could be because they think you have more love options available to you. Maybe they feel like you're favored at the workplace. I don't know. Or maybe somebody just sees something in you that makes them feel stupid. Maybe they see something in you that they wish they had in themselves, right? And I wouldn't put it past this person to try to sabotage you. For some of you, they may already have at one point or another. Hang on a second, y'all. Hold up. They may already have at some point tried to sabotage you, maybe tried to spread a rumor about you or something like that, you know. I am thinking, though, that I don't think this person will be able to successfully sabotage you. I don't think so. You got a lot of help from the other side, okay? Your guides got your back. Absolutely. So I'm trying to dig a little bit deeper. That's as deep as it's letting me dig on that. All right, well, let's get some general advice then. What's some good general advice for Gemini? Ooh, Emperor reversed. Okay. Hang on. Some of you, it's an Aries, possibly. Hang on. All right. Okay, yep. Queen of Swords, that's what I thought. So, okay. When you got somebody trying to do you dirty, it's very important that you do the best you can to step back and leave it alone. Do the best you can. I know it depends. If you're put in a situation where you like have to defend yourself, you know, like say somebody spreads a rumor about you at the workplace and management's coming down on you and you have to defend yourself and explain yourself, okay, but unless you're like backed into a corner where defending and explaining yourself isn't really that important, if you can just hang back and just let this person do whatever they want, they'll sabotage themselves. See, in the very center of that energy is the key to its own destruction. A person going around casting vibrations like that, that's not going to sustain itself for very long. Eventually, it may take a minute sometimes, but eventually that person is going to dig their own grave. and fucking sabotage themselves eventually. Not only that, but one thing that I like to do is whenever you hear a rumor floating around about you, take a step back and see who believes it. See who believes it. That is one of the quickest, easiest ways to find out who your people really are. Think about this. Think about this, okay? Right now, I want you to bring to mind a picture of somebody that you love and adore. Somebody you look up to, right? Somebody that you actually think very highly of. Now, imagine you hear a rumor floating around about that person. You don't want to believe it, do you? You may even go as far as jumping to their defense with no evidence as to whether or not it's even true, right? Now let's flip that coin over. Bring to mind a picture of somebody you don't like. Somebody you can't fucking stand. Somebody that gets on your nerves, right? Now, imagine you hear a rumor floating around about them. You want to believe that shit, don't you? Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. You may even go as far as jumping on the bandwagon and keeping that rumor going with no evidence to support whether or not it's true. We just kind of tend to operate this way, don't we? Come on, man, we all do. So when a rumor is floating around about you, take a step back and see who believes it, right? Now, obviously, we're talking about if the rumor is actually untrue, okay? Now, if it's a rumor that's true, then that's a different story. Then that's a totally different topic for a different video. I'm talking about when there's a rumor floating around about you that is a bold-faced fucking lie, right? Like, wow, you really believe that? You know me. That doesn't even sound like something that I would do. And you believe that? Okay. You know what that tells me? You believe that because you want to believe that. Okay. You're an undercover hater. You never was my people. Okay, cool. Right on. I got you. Later. Deuces. That's one of the easiest ways for the universe to expose the snakes in your life. Now, that's just a little side bonus, but energetically speaking, a person can't sabotage you themselves. The only thing they can really do is trigger you to start going back and forth and exchanging energy with them. And if you do that, you could sabotage yourself. So, like I said, hey, if you're put in a situation where you have to defend or explain yourself, just if you find yourself defending or explaining yourself, pay very close attention to the energetic pathway and the intentions going into it. But leave them alone. They will sabotage themselves. All right. Let's see. What am I reading next? Oh, yeah. Person from the past. Let's see if there are any crumbs left on the table in regards to the past person, your ex, whoever you have past history with. Is there anything I left out at all? Six of Wands reversed. Some of you are kind of starting to feel like it was a waste of time. Some of you may even be blaming yourselves, feeling like you're a failure. Even if you ain't the one that did nothing wrong. Some of you may kind of starting to be like, seriously kicking yourselves in the ass, like thinking you did something wrong. Knight of Wands, Six of Swords. There might be a very, very brief reconnection with this person. Very brief. And I say very brief because of the Knight of Wands, Six of Swords. I don't know if you're bumping into this person out somewhere, or maybe they show up and like comment on one of your pictures or something like that. And it's looking like we're going to get back in communication. And then poof, poof. It's a very brief, however this ends up happening, it's a very, very brief on and off, in and out type of connection. It really feels to me like you bump into them out in public somewhere maybe, and and it kind of seems like, hey, well, maybe we can really actually come back together. And it's really looking like it's really going to start moving forward. And then poof, it don't. You're moving on from this. Moving on. Okay. Yeah. Well, that's about all I can get out of that. Some of you dealt with a Cancer. I also have Pisces here. You know, it could be any sign. Those are just energies. Let's see their feelings and intentions towards you. How does the person from the past feel about Gemini? What are their feelings and intentions towards you? They don't trust you. Why don't they trust you? I don't know if you did something to betray their trust or if they're just projecting. I don't know. So they don't feel the strongest connection in the world. Not really. I don't think they're 100% over it, but they are kind of starting to let go and move on a little bit. Starting to. I think they still have a few little feelings for you buried down in there. A little bit. But they really don't want you to know that at all. And again, for those of you who dealt with somebody that did you dirty, if you're wondering whether or not they regret what they did, they don't even believe they did anything wrong. Like, even if they did you dirty, if you was to like confront them about that, you know, they would flip it onto you like you made them do it, right? So, yeah, that's the King of Cups reversed would do some shit like that. You made me cheat on you, that type of shit, you know? That may sound far-fetched to some of you, but believe it or not, you know how many times I've heard that? I've heard that from so many people. Somebody made me go be a piece of shit, right? So, okay. Deep down though, underneath, you know, the projecting that they're doing and them not trusting you, and underneath all that, they really do wish that it would have worked out. They just don't want you to know that. Not allowed to spy on the personal details of their life, but their love life has not been very successful since you all parted ways. All right, well, let's get some advice for this situation here. Kind of looks like we got an outcome there in the first spread. What's the advice? 5 of Cups. I wouldn't get my expectations too high with this particular individual right here. I don't think I would. It's hard to give advice on a situation like this, though, especially if you still have feelings for them. Because in a situation like this, nothing is more important than you actually seeing them for who they really are. So I could sit here and try to explain to you till I'm blue in the face, not to get your hopes up, not to get your expectations up. I can tell you that, but deep down, even if I did, if you really don't fully see them for who they are, me telling you isn't going to do any good. Even if you trust me, that still won't really do that much good. So the only thing that I can say for a situation like this is try not to set your expectations too high. This person, just like most people on the planet, has not changed at all. At all, at all. At all, at all, at all, at all. They are still the exact same person that you walked away from. So that means that it's very likely that you're going to experience the same outcome with this person if you reconnect with them. Very likely. I would just use this to get closure. Do the best you can to close it out. And I know, like I said, I can say that, But until you really see it and are faced with it, it might be hard to like pick up and understand. So, all right, well, moving on. Let's see what's going on with the Geminis who are in a long-term relationship. What is going on between Gemini and their current long-term partner? If you're not in a long-term relationship, or if you are and there are no issues or concerns, this is not for you. Chariot reversed. Y'all are not making any progress at all. This situation has grinded to a halt and is stuck at a standstill. So basically, it feels like y'all are just looping around and repeating the same cycle, not really making any progress together. You kind of feel alone around this person. Like even if y'all are laying in bed together, you still feel like you're 1,000 miles apart. You can't really tell whether or not this person even loves you anymore. I think your twins are arguing about that. I think you got one twin that's like, nah, this person loves me, and the other twin's like, nah, they don't give no fucks about me. And so you're going back and forth. You can't really tell whether or not this person even loves you anymore. And maybe some of you could be going back and forth wondering if you even love them. So this is real shaky, really shaky, and not a lot of forward movement is happening at all. Doesn't look like you're going anywhere anytime soon, though. So I highly doubt separation is happening. But if the energy stays on this same energetic pathway, separation will happen at some point in the future, because this kind of energy is slowly deteriorating the connection. Let's see how the current long-term partner feels about you. How's the current long-term partner feel about Gemini? Universe. So they could feel like there may be some kind of financial codependency in here. Like if one of you maybe is the breadwinner. Maybe if they're the breadwinner, they feel like you're only around because of their money. Or maybe if you're the breadwinner, that may be the only reason they're sticking around. Or shit, let's say both of you make $500,000 a year. The only reason why they're sticking around is because they want that $1 million a year, you know? I feel like there's some kind of financial codependency issues going on here, or suspected financial codependency. They kind of feel like they're starting to see some red flags. Or so they think. This person is too afraid to abandon this situation, but they do think about it and consider it from time to time. They don't know whether or not staying in this situation is worth it. And I'm not seeing anything here indicating a love connection. I'm really not. King of Coins. Not really. Don't look like it. They're too afraid to make that leap into the unknown and start over and start new and start fresh. So, but they don't even really feel that strong connection with you that they once felt. Well, it doesn't look like y'all are separating anytime soon. Let's see what kind of advice we can get for this situation. Whoops, whoops, whoops. What is the advice? Boom, 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 boom. Man, 10 of Pentacles. Hang on. Ooh, 5 of Pentacles. So far, it's really hard for me to have wiggle room for this advice. Okay, let me throw a few random things out there. Have you tried just randomly and spontaneously changing things up? Have you tried that? Have you tried that? Like, you know, because it's really easy to just get stuck in the same old boring routine after a while. Have you tried saying, hey, you want to start doing something crazy, something fun? Maybe we'll go fucking rock climbing this weekend or something. Something different, something to just break things up. Have you tried that? I would definitely recommend trying that. Now see, with situations like this, especially when you're the one who's spiritually and energetically awake and aware, it kind of puts a little bit of a responsibility on your shoulders. Because most spiritually awake and aware people aren't dealing with a person who's spiritually awake and aware. So they're just kind of running on matrix programming, not even consciously aware of what's going on in their own mind. So sometimes you got to be the bigger person and take the energy of this situation by the balls yourself. So sometimes you have to be the change that you want to see. So maybe I'm going to let my guard down and open up and have a vulnerable conversation with you. Have you tried that? I know for those of you who have tried anything and everything that you possibly can, you've tried changing things up, you've tried having a vulnerable conversation, anything you can think to do, you tried it and nothing else is happening. Well, then, like I said, it's on a slow decline. Very, very slow. But I don't think this is a soul contract that is due to come to an end. I think a lot of you are with your actual person. But you got to understand that just because you're with your person, that don't guarantee nothing at all. Thank you, Vita, for the super chat. I hope I said your name right. Thank you. Appreciate you. Yeah, you still got to work on shit even when you with your person. And a lot of you, I think, are with your person. This isn't supposed to come to an end anytime soon. But that don't mean it won't. No, just because you with your person, that don't mean you kick your feet back and float on a cloud happily ever after. Oh, hell no. So, I've seen it happen a couple of times, honestly. Of the thousands and thousands and thousands of readings that I've done in the last 6 years, I've only seen that happen twice. I've only seen it happen twice, but it's still possible. It's possible to fuck things up with your life partner, your divine person. I've seen it happen a couple of times. Okay, well, about all I can say about that. Now we're going to take a look at the single Geminis and your love interest. Let's see what's happening between the single Geminis and the person that you're interested in. Is a love offer being made? Are you just totally moving on from this situation? What's happening? World card. That's a weird energy to jump out first thing like that. Boom! Ooh, a decision is being made. Man, dude. I had a feeling. How did I know that was going to come out? How did I know? For some of you. Now, I know that's not all of you. But there's a certain number of you who have already been sexually intimate with this person. For those of you who already have been sexually intimate with this person, it does not look like it's moving past that. It doesn't. It don't. But regardless, whether you have or you haven't, it's looking like a decision is being made to kind of back away from this and just go lay low and be alone. Is what it looks like to me. So, some of you could be dealing with somebody that has some addiction issue, possibly. There may be a couple of you that don't even know this person has an addiction. Like, for example, let's say you're into somebody at the workplace. And, you work around them and you know a little bit about them, but you don't know what's going on outside of work. They might be living a double life. They probably go out to the car on lunch break and hit vodka out of a water bottle or some shit, or go in the bathroom and toot lines off the toilet seat. But I think for the majority of you, that this person isn't really trying to have much more than a sex-based connection, is what it looks like to me. So it kind of feels like you're making the decision to walk away from this. Could be a Leo for some of you. Also have Capricorn, Cancer, Virgo, and Libra. Could be anybody. Those are just energies. All right, let's see how they feel about you. Moment of truth. How this person be feeling about Gemini, though? How do they feel about you? 10 of Cups reversed. I don't think they want to settle down with nobody. Nobody. Oh, man. Boom. King of Wands reversed. They just want to play around, play games, and play the field. King of Swords. Emotionally detached. They know you got feelings for them, though. But they're trying to stay as emotionally detached from anybody. Don't take it personal. This ain't got nothing to do with you. This ain't got nothing to do with you. This person is dealing with a lot of inner turmoil. A whole lot. They do feel an abnormally strong connection with you, and it scares them. They don't like that because they still have quite a bit of unhealed heartbreak from the past. And they're too afraid to let anybody get close to them. Yeah. See, this person's a lot more fucked up deep down on the inside than you know. A whole lot more. A whole lot more. They got their guard up, bruh. They got their guard up. They do feel a real strong connection with you, though. Well, let's get the advice. Is there any advice on that? I don't know if that needs advice, but just for the sake of the video, we'll pull some advice. Five of Swords reversed. Hangman reversed. Don't hang around and wait on this person. Yeah. The only thing that I can say here is the only thing you can really do is have that conversation with them. Some of you may be in a situation where that conversation wouldn't even really be appropriate, though. You know, the whole "what are we" conversation, you know, that's a slippery conversation to have. It's hard to really call when that conversation is and isn't appropriate. But I'm having a hard time wiggling out of this. That's about the only thing you can really do with this situation here. I try not to tell you what you should or should not do. You know, like, go for it. Or fuck them, walk away. I try not to. But this has given me very little wiggle room. I've been seeing that a lot in September. If it's appropriate. Now, in what situation would it be appropriate? When you're dealing with somebody in which we like talking, you know, we talking and it's known, especially if we've been fucking, especially if we done been fucking, you know, but we talking and you know I'm digging you, I'm pretty sure you digging me, we be talking and dating and fucking and, you know, and this has just been kind of stringing along in the limbo for like the last month, 2 months, 3 months, not really seeming like it's going anywhere. That type of situation is where that conversation would be appropriate. Like, yo, where are we going? Like, what are we doing? Are we doing this or are we not? Because I'm not hanging around waiting no more. I shouldn't have to. Now, here's the little kicker to it. For those of you who do choose to release and let go of something that very clearly seems like it isn't trying to work out, your person is right around the corner. Right around the corner, but you have to release this. You have to release it. If I had to make a list of the top 5 leading causes of people getting to the end of their life having never attracted their divine life partner, somewhere on that list, I'm not 100% sure where exactly, but somewhere on that list would be wasting too much time spinning around in circles with the wrong person. You can bypass your person. I've seen it happen. Now, if you do that, can the universe still bring somebody in to take their place and fill that role? Yeah, but you still have to make it up to the vibration in order to attract a person that resonates with that frequency. Right? There's some loopholes in there, but you got to be vibrationally cooperating too. But I have seen people completely bypass their divine life partner. I've seen it happen because they too busy. And every now and then you get somebody. I guarantee you there's somebody who done passed up their divine life partner 10 years ago, and they still on and off with the wrong person now, you know? So, man, well, take that information and do with it what you will. Anyway, y'all, I feel like those were the messages that my Gemini family needed to hear, so I am going to go ahead and end this video here. Thanks again for tuning in and playing along. So, a couple announcements while I got everybody in the chat here. Some of you may have seen this, but last night my wife and I went live on TikTok and was experimenting, playing around with TikTok. And we've made the decision that we're probably going to try to do that once a week. Super weird. It's really hard for me to get used to it. There's so much shit going on there on the screen and everything, but chatting, answering little yes and no questions with the tarot, and just kind of having a fun time. So if you want to go follow me on TikTok, we are more than likely going to be making a little once a week thing on TikTok now. Also, for those of you who are interested, I did start a new YouTube channel dedicated to nothing but music and guitars. Because like a lot of you saw, I recently picked the guitar back up. And my love and passion for music has been successfully reawakened. So I'm not 100% sure exactly where I'm going with the channel. That's one of those things that you just kind of figure it out as you go along. But for those of you interested in subscribing to that channel, for now, the name of it is Rich Lopp's Music Channel. So if you type that in the search bar, click filter, and then channels, you'll see it pop up. So anyway, don't forget to check the description of the video if you would like to find out how to schedule a personal reading. And we're still running my September 6-year anniversary reading sale where my full personal readings are half price until October 1st. So, all right, y'all, I'm out of here. I wish you love, luck, light, and prosperity on your journey. Stay blessed.